Okay, so this evening we're obviously going to be focusing on your POE. If I'm correct, your assignment marks are out, right? I've just gone blank whether or not I'm pretty sure yours were the first to come out. Okay, perfect. All right, just because I need to refer to stuff with regards to that. Okay, so with this POE, it is obviously following on from your assignment. So stuff that you did in your assignment, you're going to be able to use again for your POE. So just in terms of some feedback with regards to your assignment or on the stuff that will help you with your POE. Obviously, I'm talking in general. This isn't applying to everyone. And, you'll know what applies to you based on my comments that I made on your assignment. So the first thing I will say is if they ask for an email or if they're asking for a website or if they're asking for anything like that, you've got to make sure that you have that formatting there. So, for example, if it's an email, the to, from, you guys are going to be making a website, the page of the website for the POE. So just make sure that formatting is there because you get marks for that formatting as well. The other thing I'll say is please make sure that you run your spell check and grammar check. Even if you think it's running properly, just please check because there were some errors that didn't need to be there that lost some people some marks. And also just with things like when you read over it, just read it aloud, make sure it's making sense because you might think that everything's fine because it's not picking up any issues. But then when I read over it carefully, I see one student, not from you guys, from my other group, instead of writing competition, they wrote completion. And, it's silly things like that that can make you lose marks unnecessarily. So just be careful, look through everything, and just make sure that you are pedantic. All right. The reason being is that this POE is not very difficult. It is a little bit on the time-consuming side, just because of the Instagram post and web page and that you're going to be creating. But in terms of like how difficult it is, it's not a super difficult POE, and you actually can have a lot of fun with it. Okay. The other thing is that you obviously did your infographics and your I've gone blank on the words. Your 3-step plan and what have you. All that content and that approach that you took in your assignment, you're going to use again in your POE. Okay, so in terms of the colors and in terms of your layout and all that, you can reuse a lot of that stuff you've already done in terms of your colors and your overall approach to your assignment and now your POE. Okay, so it does just mean a little bit of the stress is taken off you guys because some of the work has already been done. Okay, before I get into the POE, are there any questions from your side with regards to the assignment that you might want some clarity on or anything at all? Because obviously now's the time for us to address it, being our last collab. Give everyone a minute to type. Anything on your side? Chantal, Taryn, anything from you guys? Pages. Okay, perfect. All right. So same thing, Pringles, the 3 flavors, whatever approach you used before, you'll use now. Okay. So let's have a look at what you are going to be doing. Right. So the same format that you had for your assignment, is going to be used here. So what I mean by that is that you have 20, 20, 20, 40, all right, which is a nice structure for you guys. And what you'll see is a lot of the questions are quite simple and straightforward, and there is more in-text referencing, particularly in there is going to be in-text referencing for section A and section B. Okay, so you've got to make sure that referencing is present for those, because that's when you're going to be using the textbook. But then for section C and D, there will be no in-text referencing. Just remember, even if you're not in-text referencing, if you've used a source to create something, or not necessarily to create something, but if you've sourced information for the exercise, just make sure that that information goes into your reference list, just doesn't get used in text. Okay, sorry, I know I'm like repeating stuff from the assignment, whatever, but obviously I want everything all in one video, and to make sure that there are no silly mistakes that we could have avoided by me repeating anything. Okay, all right, so let's have a look at the first section. So it says you've successfully informed the staff and the retailers of the new product. The next communication will be to the consumer. So everything from now on is working on reaching the consumer. So before you start planning the communication to the consumer, you need to consider the compositional modes when writing messages for digital and social media. So what you guys are going to be doing is discussing each of the 9 compositional modes and clearly indicate how each would apply to the digital communication of Pringles with the release of their new flavors. So your answer cannot exceed 800 words. As in most instances, I will give you guys a bit of a leeway. You don't really need more than those 800 words for this POE, because it's quite simple in terms of presenting fact followed by your own made-up application. So it's not like an essay where you need to add a lot of additional material. But if you need that extra word count, you're more than welcome to have that 10 or so percent leeway. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull up the textbook for you guys, just so you can see where it is. All right, so we're working with page 231 for the compositional modes. And these compositional modes are the way in which the company is able to communicate with the audience. So your compositional modes are quite obvious, because they are aspects that we use ourselves within our own social media. So if we just go through them, what you guys are going to be doing for me is the same way that you did the audience profile. So with the idea that it is paraphrasing the textbook followed by application, you're going to be doing the same thing for your POE. So what I want from you guys is first to present the facts. So you will go and you will paraphrase the textbook. And so, for example, you'll say you can either number list them or bullet list them. So you would say conversations, and for example, you could say conversations take place in the form of written communication, like real-time conversations. And then, so you'll paraphrase the little sections here in the 9 that we're going to go through now. And then after that, what you will do is, then you'll say sorry, I don't know why I'm tripping over my words tonight. I did this in journalism as well. In the case of Pringles, what they could do is they could have a chatbot on their website that speaks to or responds to people in real time, or they could maybe have a live stream as the product is launched. So you will make up scenarios of what could be done in the instance of Pringles in terms of conversations that they would have with the audience. So the whole time you're going to be doing theory followed by application, theory followed by application the whole way through. And your application, it's literally off the top of your head. It's what you think Pringles could do to communicate with the audience. So I can't say there's no right or wrong answer, but if you are showing a bit of insight and you are being creative with your approach, you will get the marks. Because if you are saying that they could, like I say, for example, with the chatbot, or if you can give me a scenario that is realistic, you can get marks for it, because it's not like there is one set standard way to approach the application. So there, like it says, there are 9 different compositional modes. So you're basically working on 2 marks per compositional mode and 2 bonus marks. So wherever you've got the most information, I can give you those 2 extra marks. So the idea is, as long as your answers are realistic and as long as you paraphrase the content correctly, you can get full marks for this question quite easily. So just to break them down, we've got conversations, like I've just said. The next one is comments and critiques. So you can speak to how on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok that, Pringles must respond to comments and criticisms quickly and efficiently, so that their audience feels that they are in constant connection with Pringles and that they don't feel ignored and that they're heard. So you can see how it's just about how it could be used in a real life situation. After comments and critiques, we've got orientations. And orientations is all about helping your audience to find out further information. So this could be that you have a link to the terms and conditions, or you have a link to the competition that you're running, or you have a link to the product details. You can make it up, and you can, make it as elaborate or as simple as you want, as long as it is realistic in your approach. So it's conversations, comments, orientations. Next one is summaries. So that obviously is what it says. So it's something where they are summarizing the information. So maybe it would be summaries on the different flavors. Again, you can draw the information from your email, for example. So those who did maybe speaking to the summaries you did in your email, so you can say, for example, Pringles could summarize all the different flavors, so people, also the audience, isn't left in the dark with what to expect with these new flavors that are being launched. Again, it's all about that description and that detail within that application. Next is your reference material. Again, so similar to your orientations, you could say that there might be specific reference material with regards to the an example of competition being run, or where the products can be found. You would give the audience that additional information. Narratives are the storytelling. So this is where you could have reels being posted on their social media, introducing people to these new flavors, telling a story, getting them excited and engaged about the new products. The next is teasers, and those we often will see in the run-up to a new product being launched. I was scrolling mindlessly on Facebook between the Journ collab and this collab, and what did I see? But there is a new Fanta flavor coming out, and it was can you guess what this flavor is going to be? And it's pale purpley color, and that is a form of a teaser, because it's getting people excited and interested in the fact that a new Fanta flavor is being launched. And in that instance, people will buy the product, because they want to kind of guess what the flavor is, even if they're not necessarily traditionally a Fanta drinker. So a teaser makes us, get excited. Maybe you do a countdown that, within the weeks leading up, there will be a countdown, and it'll be 4 more weeks to go, 3 more weeks to go, whatever you want it to be. So you guys, again, with your own creativity. The next is the status updates and announcements. So what you could do is announce, you could do, an update saying this is where you guys can find the products, announcement saying, today launches the new Pringles flavors, whatever it may be. Is this making sense, guys? Like how you've got to just do the theory followed by the application. Cool. Oh, awesome, Erin. Okay, then so that's your status updates and announcements. And then the last one is your tutorials and frequently asked questions. So, or FAQs. So in this instance, it would be the FAQs that they would be focusing on. And you could have, you could say that Pringles has a FAQ page that is explaining where to find the product, what to look out for, what the flavors are all about, how do we enter the competition, because you can make up that kind of scenario, and the FAQs are how they are able to give people further information. So it's literally going to be theory, application, and in most instances, if you people that follow that format get full marks. And, it's always good when you can get full marks for a section, because that always works in your favor. Hey, Karen. Well done. For reference material, can we go more into detail about the inspiration for the flavors and things like that, and link it to like recipes and the culture the flavor could stem from? Yeah, you could. So again, it's all about how you want to work it. So with that, maybe it would be reference material. With the reference materials, maybe it takes, like you say, to the recipes or to the culture. Anything like that works. All I want to see is a bit of creativity, a bit of fun, and again, guys, use this as a brain break. You are getting marks for creativity, and when you're getting marks for creativity, and it's not just regurgitation of theory, you've got to make the most of it. So that's what I just want you guys to do, is to make the most of it, so that you can do well and get marks for the simple things in this instance. Okay. All right, so let me go to the next. Can I go on to the next question? Is that fine with everyone? Okay. All right, so let's look at question 2, or part B. Okay, sorry. My Blackboard is going a bit slow. The thing is, Karen, it's only for 2 marks per compositional mode with those 2 bonus marks, so you can't go into that much detail. Well, I mean, you can, but it's kind of a waste of time if you go, write little mini paragraphs per point. So simple is absolutely fine as long as it's interesting. Yeah, exactly. Everything is simple compared to COSC and English and media and research and all those things. All right, so let's look at section B. Okay, so you've looked at the compositional modes, so now we go on to your social media strategy. All right, so what you guys are going to do is create a social media strategy to communicate the new flavors to the customers by using the following formula: why, who, what, how, where, and when. So the other day I shared yesterday I shared that layout with you guys, and what to follow. I'm just going to open that for you guys now, because it's the same as the textbook. So you guys can use that exact document that I shared with you guys yesterday, and this is your social media strategy. So what you have to do is follow these questions, because this is all the information, or the replies or answers to each of these questions creates the social media strategy. Sorry, I was just seeing. Yeah, Karen, I know Media 2 is awesome. Oh, yeah, hopefully we'll get the brief by Friday. I'll explain to you guys when we're online next. Okay, so let's have a look. So what you guys are going to do, again, this is all made up. It's all your imagination that is coming to the forefront. I'm not winning on zooming. Hold on. Here we go. No. Okay, I'm really not winning. Okay, so for this, like I said, use this exact document and just add it into your own. So you will answer the who. So who are the target audiences? So you think about who would buy Pringles, the age range, the genders, the demographics, where they live, all that kind of thing. So again, you make that up. So we're still working on 20 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who is that correct? Who, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one missing. I've only just realized that now as we're talking, so I'm going to add it in. Oh, it's missing the Y. All right. So let me just add that one in quickly. I don't know how I missed that yesterday when I was creating this. All right, so I'm going to put it there, the Y. Okay, so the first question you've got to answer, what does the company want to accomplish with social media? So in this instance, obviously, they are trying to make people buy the chips. Quite simple and straightforward. Okay, then so you would, but obviously you have to just write it in full. Then you answer the next question: how will the efforts be measured? So how would the efforts be measured? By Pringles running an analysis based on product sales, and to determine whether or not the public are actually purchasing the product. Okay, so again, it's all just about your breakdown and what you think. When we're talking about target audience, do we talk about who will eat or buy the Pringles? Erin, so both. So you can definitely add children into it. So obviously it would be parents purchasing it, but children will be the ones eating it. Think of Prime, all the poor parents are the ones whose money gets stolen, but it's the kids who want the drink. There is no word count. There is no word count for the entire POE. Oh no, I lie. Section A does have a word count. I take that back. But yeah, for the rest of it, there is no word count. So you can go into as much detail or as little detail, just working on the premise that it's worth 20 marks. You've got 6 areas. So you're looking at, 3 marks, and again with those 2 bonus marks. So a bit more detail than what you would have with your compositional modes. All right, so you can go through each of them, the why, who, what, how, where, and when, and make it up as you go, and just make it interesting and realistic at the end of the day. That's the thing, guys, is that what I'm looking for most importantly in all this is that you are giving me a realistic answer. Not that, aliens are going to be the ones eating this and coming and taking over the world, even though for those who do media, we are lizards. But the whole idea here is that you need to think about, real world situation, and, think about yourself as a consumer and what you would expect and what you would want as a consumer yourself. Okay. So does part B make sense to you guys? Before I move on to part C. Cool. All right. Let me stop sharing that one. and go on to the next. All right, so for the next one. Okay, so Karen, I know you've completed this, but for the other three of you, whether or not you have Instagram is immaterial, but you have to create an Instagram account for this question for all of the 10 minutes that you need to upload this, take screenshots of this, and then you can immediately close the account. So even if you don't personally use Instagram, that is not a problem at all. You just have to have it for the sake of this exercise. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to create an Instagram post to introduce the 3 new Pringles flavors to the customers. Okay, so you've got to have a visual element present and the new flavors to encourage the audience to buy these new products. Okay, so you have to be using the Instagram formatting. So I'm just trying to open my Instagram online so that I can just show you what I mean. So just in case some of you don't use Instagram, okay, so let's go through I've got all this junk stuff at the moment. It seems I don't have anything of value. Okay, so sorry, my Instagram at the moment is like, here we go. Let's go with this one because an ad's good. All right, so here what you guys will have, you need to use a Pringles logo of some kind over here, and then you would have Pringles, SA, Pringles, whatever, as long as it has Pringles in the handle. Okay, so I'm just opening the question so you guys, so I can see. On a business account. Oh, that's why it didn't work, Karen. Yes, of course, my first post is a chicken. That's what my Instagram's full of. Chickens and ducks and donkeys and yeah. A sad, sad life. Okay, anyway, so you can choose. You can either have a still Instagram post, so where it's a graphic which needs to contain the colors of the new flavors, it needs to contain the Pringles logo, it's got to be catchy, something that would make people want to buy the new product. So you can either have it as a still, or you can do a GIF or mini video or whatever you want. That is also absolutely fine. Then what you will do is you won't be able to obviously close the Instagram account down immediately, but you would then do a screenshot of it, put that screenshot on your POE document, and then underneath just give me the link to the Instagram page, and then I'll be able to see the post in action. Okay, but if that is too much work or you're not really familiar with Instagram, do a still. The stills are just as effective as moving GIFs or whatever. I think I've had one motion one in the 2 years that I've lectured this module, and it had just the same impact as the stills. So don't feel that moving parts make it so much better. What is important and what you need to focus on is making sure the graphic is interesting, appealing, the handle is correct, and that you think about underneath the writing. So the writing should give the audience, or in this case me, insight into the new product, what the flavors are, where to get them, the hashtags. So you need to think about the post in terms of generating purchasing and generating interest on the page. So again, look at all my junk. All right, so here we go. Here's Clarence. They're not doing hashtags. What is this? Come on, guys, look at that corgi's bum. There we go, there's some hashtags. So we can watch a corgi while we do it. So here with the viral hog costumes, corgi, Halloween. So, and so, yeah, no. So here, so you've got to have the hashtags and everything just so that it looks like a real Instagram post. You will take a screenshot of it and then you'll put that screenshot into your POE document. Okay. All right. Bye-bye, Corgi. Does that one make sense? I need to liven up my Instagram feed, guys. That Corgi is so cute. Cool. Okay. POE easy so far? Not too over the top? All right. So let's look at section D. All right. That is true. Oh, Chantal, I'm so glad. It's always overwhelming when you first see these things until you spend a bit of time breaking it down and knowing exactly what is needed. All right, so let's look at the last section. So section D, you're using the same formatting as what you did for your assignment. Okay, so you're going to have your mind map followed by your first draft and your second draft, and then your final, sorry. So first draft and then your final. And you can use the same mind map that you did for your assignment and just change the content in the bubbles. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, you've just got to have a nice, clear mind map. Look at the mark you got to determine whether or not your mind map was good or if changes need to be made. Awesome, Karen. That's the thing, guys. If you can save time with the, the elements that can be repeated, I'd rather you do that and spend more time on the other sections that you can then get more marks for. So I'm all for working smart for the sake of this POE. Okay. So the one thing that is going to be important though for this POE specifically, for this question specifically, is that you are going to need to think about not only the content, but it's got to work as if it was the front page of Pringles. So I'm just going to show you the Pringles essay front page. Okay, give me 1 second. It's just jumping over. Yeah, that website content does take the longest time because you've got to make it look like it would look on the web page. Okay, so here we go. So this is the current Pringles essay page. It is pretty boring. You can't click on anything, you can't go anywhere, but it's very clearly Pringles with the cans, with the flavors and their slogan. Okay. So what you guys have got to do when you are designing and when you're doing this question, you've got to make it look like a web page. Oh, I haven't looked at the UK one. Let's have a look. Pringles UK. Sorry guys, I had an idiot moment there and I started typing Pringles UK into the collab, hence why I disappeared. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay, oh, much more interesting. So here we go. You can see we've got the logo, we've got our flavors. Look, they've even got some new flavor things there, the contact us, the everything. Okay, so yes, that one definitely looks much nicer. Okay, so let me go back to the POE question. So you guys are going to be writing basically the intro to the website. But like I say, you've got to make it look nice. You've got to make it look like the web page. So, sorry, next page. If you look at the instructions, oopsie. So it says, write a persuasive message designed to convince customers to try the new Pringles flavors. This message will appear on the front page of the Pringles website as an announcement. So I'm just going to go back to the Pringles page. So previously in the assignment, you guys just commented on the text. But now what you're going to be commenting on is not only the text, but the elements on the page as well. So you could, maybe with the Pringles logo, you put it in the middle, and then your comment is move to the left. Maybe you'll say change the font, change the background, and then obviously comment on the text and everything itself. And then the final draft will be the corrected one and the corrected layout and text and everything. So my suggestion would do this in Canva, because that's the easiest to do. If you're not really good with Canva, you can do it in Word, because it's meant to be simple. It's not meant to be like super complicated. Again, it's just got to be realistic. Okay. So what I would recommend doing is, just when you working out time for doing your POE, just set time aside for the graphical elements, because you are needing a bit of time to make the Instagram page and this. Okay, Karen, yeah, then just go and do that. Just a couple of things to just shift it around, make a couple comments, and then again, it just means that you can get all those marks then. Because obviously, I'm trying to get you guys as many marks as possible. Okay. So if you do that, and if you follow the guides of what I've said tonight, you guys can do very, very well in this POE. It's like I say, it is time consuming, but it is creative and relaxed. So just take your time with it. Don't rush the design elements, and just make sure that when you're going through it, it looks how you would want something to look if you were going to be buying these chips. And if it's something you would go, like if you would look at it and go, I wouldn't mind actually trying this myself, then you have successfully done what you need to do for the sake of this POE. Okay. Questions? Does that make sense to you guys? Erin, you can do it in Word. So if you open a picture in Word, let me show you. Let me go logo with. Listen, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to be like pathetic about it. If I can see you've attempted to do whatever it may be, like, I'm not going to mark you down for not having expensive softwares to do these things. Okay, let me just share my screen with you. Click, click, click. Okay, let me just do it on this. Okay, so if we put a picture into here, okay, let me just add a background so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so if you click on the picture and go to picture format, you should be able to say remove background, and it will take away the background. And then if you copy and paste this into Canva or something, it will copy and paste it into Canva like that. Does that help? Sorry, I'm just reading. Pleasure. I could not find images of the cans with the transparent background, so just cropped. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's what I like. The thing is, guys, you're not doing a design course. You know, you're doing a BA, so I can't be pathetic in a way that is going to negatively impact your marks. So, effort to me, and seeing that effort and seeing the attempts is more important to me than perfection. No, exactly. We're not, you know, when it comes to you taking, for those who are doing Journ next year, or doing Journ 4 or Journ 2, those people will have to learn how to take photos properly and photo edit and all that kind of thing. But at this stage, it's not a requirement for your degree. Sorry, Karen. Oh no, all of you, you're all doing Journ 2 because you're doing NCTE. I just clicked. Haha. Sorry, guys. Next year, you will all learn how to do this in Journ 2. Sorry, I just clicked. It is actually a lot of fun. I'm busy redesigning the module for you guys. So it's going to be quite cool. Well, my hope is that it's going to be quite cool. All right. Any questions, guys? Anything that I haven't said that you just want a bit of clarity on or anything? And guys, my same rule always applies. If you think of something when you're working on it, please WhatsApp me. For the next 2 days, rather send WhatsApps, not voice notes, because I'm just in my last couple of days of lecturing. So if I'm trying to reply as quickly as possible, I'm replying in between lectures. But from Monday, I will be free of campus lectures, so then you can voice note me and I'll be able to listen freely. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, perfect, guys. Well done. You have finished NCTE, and I'm not going to say bye to you because I'm sure I'll speak to you all during the week. But good luck. Message me if you need me, and have a good evening.